Welcome to today's insightful episode where we delve deep into the complex and often misunderstood dynamics of the relationship between narcissistic parents and their children. The bond between a parent and a child is universally cherished, yet with narcissistic parents, this bond is tainted by motives beyond affection. Narcissists are driven by image and public perception, leading to a damaging relationship with their offspring, where children are seen as trophies, accessories, or objects, but never truly connected with as individuals. In this episode, we'll explore 7 reasons why a narcissistic parent fails to truly love their children, revealing the intricacies of these relationships. 1. Affection for public approval in greater depth. Narcissistic parents adeptly manipulate the image of a perfect family, often lavishing their children with affection in public settings. This behavior is a strategic performance designed to garner admiration and validation from onlookers, rather than a genuine expression of love for their child. In these instances, the parent's primary concern is not the child's emotional needs or happiness, but rather how the interaction enhances their own public image. This public display of affection can be confusing and damaging to the child, who may struggle to reconcile the warm, attentive behavior they receive in public with a colder, more indifferent, or even neglectful attitude in private. This discrepancy can lead to a profound sense of emotional dissonance in the child, who craves authentic connection and unconditional love, but finds themselves entangled in a web of performative gestures. 2. Idealization of the toddler stage. Explained. Further, in the eyes of a narcissistic parent, the toddler stage represents an ideal period of parenting. During these early years, their children are more dependent and less autonomous, allowing the parent to easily receive adulation for their child's cuteness, milestones, or behaviors. The parent's affection during this stage is often superficial and motivated by how the child enhances their own self-image. Rather than nurturing the child's individuality and supporting their developmental needs, the narcissist views their toddler as an extension of themselves, a tool for garnering external praise. This self-serving approach overlooks the critical emotional and psychological development needs of the child, focusing instead on the parent's need for constant attention and validation. 3. Control and compliance in young children elaborated. For narcissistic parents, the early years of a child's life present a golden opportunity for exerting control and shaping the child in their own image. During this period, children are more malleable and less likely to question authority, making it easier for the narcissistic parent to impose their will and expectations. This control is often mistaken for parental fondness or attentiveness, but is, in reality, a form of domination. The parent's primary aim is to mold the child into someone who upholds and reflects their ideals and values, regardless of the child's own needs or desires. This can manifest in decisions about the child's appearance, activities, and even thoughts and feelings, with the parent expecting absolute compliance. The long-term impact of this control can be profound, often leading to issues with self-identity, autonomy, and emotional well-being in the child as they grow older. 4. Further insight into conditional love. The love and affection offered by a narcissistic parent are often conditional and heavily performance-based. This transactional form of love is contingent on the child's ability to meet specific expectations or standards set by the parent. These standards are frequently aligned with the parent's desire to be perceived positively by others, rather than the child's genuine interests or needs. When a child succeeds in reflecting well on the narcissist, they are rewarded with affection and praise. However, any deviation from these expectations can result in withdrawal of love, emotional neglect, or even punishment. This conditional love creates an unstable emotional environment for the child, where their sense of worth and acceptance is constantly tied to their ability to please and uphold the narcissistic parent's image. The child may grow up with a distorted understanding of love and relationships, often believing that affection and acceptance are things that must be earned through performance and compliance. 5. Utilizing children as leverage in complex dynamics. Narcissistic parents often exploit their children in intricate adult scenarios, significantly beyond the children's emotional and developmental capabilities. These parents skillfully maneuver their children into the center of adult conflicts, power plays, or emotional games where the children become unwilling participants in scenarios they scarcely understand. This manipulation can range from using a child to relay messages in a parental conflict, to expecting them to take sides in adult disputes, or even to serve as emotional support for the parents' issues. The children, in these situations, are burdened with responsibilities and roles that are inappropriate for their age, often leading to long-term psychological consequences. The parent's motive is not to nurture or protect their child, but to leverage the child's presence and actions to gain an upper hand in adult situations, thereby satisfying their own needs and agendas. 6. Crafting an illusion of perfection. In their quest to create a picture-perfect family image, narcissistic parents obsess over the external appearances, behaviors, and achievements of their children. This obsession is not rooted in a genuine concern for the children's well-being or happiness. Instead, it is a carefully orchestrated attempt to enhance the parent's social standing and self-image. Every aspect of the child's life, from their physical appearance and social manners to their academic and extracurricular achievements, becomes a tool for the narcissistic parent to showcase their supposed excellence in parenting. The parent often exerts excessive control over these aspects, leaving little room for the child to express individuality or to make mistakes, which are normal parts of growing up. The result is a family dynamic where appearances take precedence over authentic emotional connections, leading to a household environment that lacks true warmth and nurturing. 7. Favoritism and inducing sibling rivalry. The practice of favoritism by a narcissistic parent is a strategic move to divide and rule within the family unit. By consistently preferring one child over the others, the parent creates an environment of competition, jealousy, and resentment among siblings. This favoritism is rarely, if ever, about the favored child's qualities or achievements. It is a calculated tactic to establish and maintain control and to fulfill the parent's need for a family dynamic that centers around their whims. The favored child, often termed the golden child, may receive undue praise, attention, and privileges, while the other children, labeled as scapegoats, face criticism, neglect, or even outright hostility. This unequal treatment disrupts the natural bond between siblings, fostering an atmosphere of mistrust and rivalry, which can have lasting effects into adulthood. The narcissistic parent manipulates these relationships to reinforce their dominance, ensuring that the children's focus remains on gaining the parent's approval rather than on building healthy sibling relationships. In conclusion, narcissistic parents do not truly love their children in a healthy, unconditional way. Their love is often based on how their children can enhance their image or satisfy their needs. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for those affected by such relationships, providing insight and aiding in the journey towards healing and recovery. Thank you for joining us in this episode. We hope it has provided valuable insights into the complex nature of relationships with narcissistic parents. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and join us in our next episode as we continue to explore and understand the nuances of human relationships and psychology. Let the healing begin and continue.